Presidenti I Institutit Austriak për Çështje Ndërkombëtare, Wolfgang Petritsch, është skeptik se do të ketë progres në dialogun Kosovë-Serbi edhe gjatë vitit 2024. Ai thotë se zgjedhjet e parakohshme të sivjetme në Serbi dhe zgjedhjet e rregullta gjatë vitit të ardhshëm në Bashkimin Evropian dhe në Shtetet e Bashkuara të Amerikës tregojnë se s'do të ketë përparim konkret në dialog në zbatimin e marrëveshjes së Brukselit dhe Ohrit. Sipas tij, viti I ardhshëm më shumë do të fokusohet në ruajtjen e paqes dhe sigurisë ndërmjet dy vendeve dhe në tërësi rajonit.
I'm rather skeptical at the moment. I think we have to be aware of the fact that there are elections in Serbia. Elections are always times of heightened contested and violation of the basic democratic rules. So we need to be extremely careful now that nothing happens on the border between Kosovo and Serbia. Therefore, I very much welcome the reinforcement of the international forces there. And I mean, it is in a way an irony. You remember probably that in 1999, I was negotiating together with the US and a Russian representative in Rambouillet, a peace deal. Why did Serbia at the time not sign the agreement? Because it did not want to see international NATO forces in Kosovo. Now, President Vučić is saying we need a stronger KFOR. So here you see that actually the international community has done something right, now even accepted by Belgrade. We need to secure a safe environment for the people, for the citizens, and both sides need to have a strong look at what they are doing politically and how they are holding back their extremists. Unfortunately, we have seen extremist clashes in September of this year. This must never happen again. And I think KFOR is now on alert and will prevent any such incidents in the future.
Përkitazi me këtë, ai thekson se ka vendosmëri të re dhe vigjilencë ekstreme nga amerikanët për siguri në rajon dhe fokusimin në zbatimin e obligimeve në dialog.
I think the message was very clear on the part of the United States as well as on the part of the European Union. No more violence on the border. I just had a meeting this past weekend with the US ambassador in Serbia, Mr. Hill, and I had a meeting also with Mr. Escobar a couple of days ago, who came to Vienna. And both said that there is a new resolve out there now, and there is extreme vigilance, and we will wait what the elections in Serbia will produce in terms of political results. And then I believe we need to go on and continue the dialogue. But I must tell you, the dialogue was very important and very successful in the first 10 years. Unfortunately, first couple of years. Unfortunately, since the last 10 years, since 2013, progress has diminished. And after the elections, also in the European Union, which you of course are aware will take place next year, early next year, in May of next year, as well as the elections in the United States for president, which means that 2024 will not see a massive progress, I'm afraid. 2024 will be to preserve security and safety in the region, but it needs to be used by experts on both sides, by diplomacy in the capitals, diplomatic interventions need to take place in order to prepare so that hopefully in 2025, when all the elections are over, we'll have a new commission in Brussels, a new government in Belgrade, that then hopefully 2025 will be the year where a solution, the normalization of relations, then can really be put on paper and signed and agreed.
Duke folur për situatën e sigurisë, Petritsch thotë se komuniteti ndërkombëtar është bërë shumë më vigjilent për rajonin, derisa thekson se parandalimi i luftës në Ballkan është prioriteti numër 1 si për BE-n ashtu edhe për ShBA-n.
Well, I can tell you clearly the international community has become much more vigilant and concerned about the security situation. To prevent war in the Balkans is number one priority, both for Europe and the United States. So both in the region, in Kosovo, as well as in Bosnia-Herzegovina, we have a strengthening of security precautions, and that means the international community will see to it that none of it what happened in the past will be repeated. There is no place for another Banska incident. That is clear. And I think, therefore, the warning that the war could break out, I think Russia is now so much engaged and on the defensive in the Ukraine that it will not play an active role. However, you never know what paramilitary or maybe other extremists like in Republika Srpska could do. This is something we are watching very carefully, and I'm quite confident that we will be successful.
Për Kosova Press, Presidenti I Institutit Austriak për Çështje Ndërkombëtare, Wolfgang Petritsch, foli edhe për samitin e SBA-së, që u mbajt gjatë kësaj jave në Shkup të Maqedonisë së Veriut.
Well, I think the facts are well established. It is very clear that Russia is the aggressor in this conflict. However, politically speaking, clearly there were some developments in the past 10, 15 years in the relations between Ukraine and Russia, where in particular Ukraine decided to move towards the West, to embrace Western values, to embrace Western rules and regulations, and it has decided to apply for membership in the European Union. That is very clearly of great concern for neighboring Russia. Yeah. So politically, I have a certain understanding and appreciation that Moscow was over the past couple of years pretty concerned. But I can also say that we have to absolutely exclude war and military intervention as a political mean to arrive at results. War in Europe has been banned since 1945. The European Union was created as a Europe-wide peace project. Yeah, and this is at the same time, of course, also the weakness of Europe. We do not have a standing army. Yeah, but I think that is the clear message also to Russia. Listen, you do not resort to violence, to military intervention when it comes to resolving issues. Come back to the table, use the Vienna OSCE location to talk about how to achieve peace and how to also take into consideration Russia's concerns. But by violating the peaceful approach that Europe stands for, Russia now has to first stop the war, and then we can start negotiating. The visit of Lavrov, the meeting also with the US counterpart, is extremely important because it tells you but that the OSCE does have an important function. But if this is activated, this function, this really depends on Russia now very much so.